Hello peeps, just about to feed these sheep now and I'm doing a little video like normal. I just had a bit of straw delivered today. Not a huge amount because I'm only a small farm, but man alive, it's expensive these days. It's was it 4-stringer big bales? I think they were 4-stringers. £55 each. Jesus, enough to make you squirm. Because I sold some yows the other day, and out of all that I got about 200 quid left out of what I sold the yows for. So that shows you how much what farming is like, really. So taken away with a hand straight away after, a few days after. But there you are, you've got to have it. So what was I going to talk about today? Well, controversial gather again. What we're talking about is Lamma, the tractor and machinery show. I've seen that, I think it was on about a couple of days, and YouTube has been flooded with farming YouTube channels there. There was more farming YouTube channels there than people. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. This whole farming YouTube thing has gone a little bit out of hand now. Like I said, I've been at it since 2006. That's how long I've been on YouTube, but it seems like everybody's just trying to scav a new piece of machinery or buy a new piece of machinery these days. God almighty. There's the controversial bit. What I see is, on the one hand, you've got your normal farmers struggling, like I told you there before, about to pay for things and to look after their animals, and you know that. And like myself and others, and lots of others, most farmers around the country. And then on the other hand, you've got a lot of them just spending $250,000 like that on a thing to put a bit of cow shit on the field, which you don't really need. It's unreal. I gotta tell you, it's unreal. I look at it and I think to myself, we're definitely in a what's called up world. It's quite shocking how many YouTubers were there. I was absolutely amazed. I've got to be honest, the rest of us in normal life have a job to go anywhere. Obviously you get a couple of hours here and there, but there we are. That's how life has changed, I suppose. 1 minute they're moaning about inheritance tax. Next minute, buying £100,000 machinery at least. It's possibly best not to put that on YouTube if I was thinking out loud. Yeah. But there we are. That's the tax avoiders at that. So normal folk, normal country folk and normal farmers, they aren't like that. Of course they have their new tack when they need it, if they're using it all the time, because you don't want things to be broken down. But the type of stuff we're talking about now is nuts. It's contractors' machinery, really, that farmers are buying, and they don't need it. And not in my opinion. Not that sort of stuff. Especially not brand new. Jesus, man alive. I'm quite shocked when I see it all, indeed. There was more YouTubers than people watching the show. Nothing against them all. I'm just winding them up, to be quite honest with you. Oh, God. Yeah, it's another lovely day, nice and cold. There's all my babs waiting to be fed. Look, I've got to be careful. If I feed them first and they eat all the cake, they'll follow me to the gate and I can't get back through the gate. If I feed them first, all the crows will come down. So I've got to feed them and wait around here to stop the crows coming here at the moment, because it's crazy, absolutely crazy. They'd nick all the feed otherwise. So, yeah, another thing as well, Donald Trump. He's coming into, I think it's 2 days' time, I think. But they moved the inauguration indoors, and I don't blame him, because I had got in my head that they'd do anything, they'd bomb the place or something just to get rid of him. And they still might do. But And that guy off Facebook, that Zuckerberg, he's been talking on Joe Rogan's show. And he said that during COVID and most of other things, the Biden administration would phone him up and shout and bawl down the phone and threaten him with removal of this or that unless they censored stuff. And I personally don't trust him still now, but it shows what the world is like, doesn't it? That Keir Starmer hasn't been invited to his Trump's do. I think he's one of the only leaders and the only UK Prime Minister ever not to be invited to a new president's inauguration. So there we are. Fair play to Trump. I can't stand the guy neither. So yeah, there's lots of things, small things about today, isn't there? It's a weird thing. But that one at the machinery show got me. There was herds and herds of YouTubers going round in a gang. All trying to scav sponsorship. Trying to sell some crappy overpriced machine to somebody. And that's one good thing with my channel. You don't get none of that, because I'm not interested in none of that. I'm just myself. Just a normal guy. Just likes to tell the truth about things. And I don't want to be somebody saying you can't say that because we've given you this thing or that thing. Because that's what you want to watch behind the scenes. If some supermarket suddenly said to me, imagine if somebody supermarket said, oh, I'll have your lambs off you for double the price of everybody else. Am I ever going to say a bad thing about that supermarket? Think about it, because there's a lot of that going on behind the scenes, and if you look, you will see through it all. So there we are. That's the video for today. Another little wind up for Gaz. And I like to keep them on their toes. I'm the only one that does it. Everybody else is afraid to speak about any other YouTubers because they're all big buddies now, bum buddies. Oh, God, what's the world coming to, eh? What's the world coming to? There we are, folks. Please comment, rate and subscribe. I know YouTube have really... They've had me handbraked on now since I put that last one up about that BBC thing. It's been stuck now with the subscriber account for a whole week. So, but they don't like it up, do they? So please comment, rate and subscribe. All the best, Gaz.